Hi, Mustang families. It's Miss Arnold. I wanted to take a second and talk through some of the reopening scenarios with you guys and get your input on what you are thinking about for next school year. We will be reopening in the fall. What it is going to look like is still to be determined, which is why I wanted to make this video, talk about the scenarios with you, get your feedback. I'm also reviewing the guidelines that came out today from the state superintendent's office and using all of that information to decide on our best course of action for the fall. I am hoping to have that to you by the end of this month so that you guys know what we're doing and can plan for what we're doing. So I'm going to go through these options with you. Then I have a short, I think 5-question form for you guys to fill out to give me your feedback. So the first option is obviously just typical day, just go back to normal. And I think in a lot of ways, a lot of us want just to go back to normal. But just to remind everybody what a typical school day looks like, our class sizes here at Gilbert Arts are about 20 to 25 students in a classroom. They have normal recess. We have 3 classes out at recess at a time, except for kindergarten and preschool. 4 classes for upper grades. So there's up to 75 kids out there at recess at one time, all playing with one another, intermingling with the grades and the classes. All classes go to art and music. They go to the art and music classroom, and they also go to PE outside, sometimes in the multipurpose room, depending on the weather, all throughout the day. So that's 180 kids rotating through the same classroom every day. And then all classes, of course, go to our lunchroom to eat lunch. And again, that's 180 kids rotating through that one room every day. So that's kind of some things to think about with our typical day. The next scenario and possibility is an alternating schedule. I can't talk today. It's Monday. And some people are doing this morning, afternoon. The way I envision it, if we do it at Gilbert Arts, would be a Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday kind of alternating schedule. I'm going to get that word. So what I envision this looking like for us, if we do it here at Gilbert Arts, is that students come either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. Fridays are reserved for students needing extra support, so some students might be assigned to come on Fridays. When kids are not doing their in-person at school learning, they will have learning assignments through Google Classroom, and most students are familiar with that because that's what we used in this last quarter of instruction this year. They will go out to recess. I do not want to keep the kids in the classroom all day long. So they will go to recess. They'll just stay with their class and play with their class only. So we wouldn't have that intermingling between the classes. They would have assigned areas on the playground. One class might be on the play structure one day. One class might be on the concrete slab playing kickball or something, and the other class would be on the grass. So just rotating, and we would have activities for them to do. Art and music would be done in their classroom. So again, they wouldn't all be going to one classroom. Mrs. Johnson and Ms. Hay would be going to the classrooms. And then lunch would be in the classroom, but still have recess at lunchtime. So our K-5 kids would still have their 50 minutes of recess a day, just trying to limit those big gathering areas or areas where all of the students would be on one given day, just trying to limit that a bit. But even with this, my goal would be to make school seem as normal as possible. I don't want kids to feel like they're, secluded in their own classroom. I don't want them to feel like they can't go outside, they can't see their friends. But the point of this schedule obviously is to allow for smaller class size. So we would have 10 to 12 kids in each class. That would allow us to keep kids more spread apart while in the classroom, and then limit just the interaction between classrooms a little bit. So that social distancing aspect would be easier with this alternating schedule. And then our third option is just to keep doing what we've been doing in Q4, which is 100% remote learning through Google Classroom. And we would have virtual class meetings every week and daily small group lessons. I did, in feedback that I received from parents about how Q4 distance learning went, a lot of you guys said that you'd want more interaction between the teacher and the students or the class. So definitely making that a requirement and making that happen more often if we did go to 100% remote learning. I agree that is an important aspect of instruction, that connection. And I mean, remote learning is there's not a lot to say about that. We did that in Q4. But some things that no matter which scenario we go with that we're going to do, we're definitely going to have frequent reminders for hand washing and hand sanitizing, signs up, reminding them at recess time, reminding them before lunch. We're going to have some mobile sanitizing stations that are outside for use at recess time and things like that. So just making that more visible and just more reminders for the students, because no matter what virus or illness that we're trying to stop from spreading, hand washing is the number one preventative measure that we can do for that. So, and then nightly disinfecting of the classrooms, equipment, supplies, anything that kids touch on a daily basis. We'll be having a lot more deep disinfecting of those things to, again, help stop the spread of any virus. So I skipped a slide, but some possibilities that we're still thinking through. These are not, they're not been decided on, but I'm sure you've seen these recommendations from the CDC and other places. But we could have our staff, we could have our students wearing masks or face shields. I'll put those together, and checking for temperatures upon arrival. Those are things we've seen at other schools that have been reopening in other countries. So those are things on the possibility list, but haven't been decided on yet. So again, I do want to get your feedback on what you think about all of this. So you will, if you click this link, you'll see the form right here. And it's just quick questions. How many kids do you have here coming in the fall? And then 2 questions about, do any of your children have health conditions that are concern for you? Or does anyone in your household have concern for you? I would love to say that, let's just go back to normal, typical day. I, along with everyone else, miss the normalcy that we haven't been able to have. But if something were to happen to one of our students, one of our staff members, or one of our family members with regards to COVID, and someone got ill, I would be devastated. So I want to make sure that we are doing the best that we can in order to protect our staff, our students, and our family members in our Mustang families. So those 2 questions. And then just quick temperature check. How are you feeling about school reopening in the fall? Totally ready? A little apprehensive, or really concerned about sending your kids back to school? So just wanted to see how everybody is feeling about the fall. And then I know, some of these are not ideal, and maybe, you would like to see a combination of some of the things I discussed. But as far in regards to the 3 options that I just went over, what's your first choice? What's your second choice? What's your third choice? And then, what safety protocols would you like to see in place? What safety protocols would make you feel more comfortable, less apprehensive about sending your kids to school? If you are feeling a little apprehensive, just check all that apply. If there's something that's not on here that you think of, put that in the other box and then submit. So, really quick 5-question form for you to fill out and kind of let me know what you're thinking about. So, um, that is it. And if you guys have any questions or any comments that you want to share directly with me, please shoot me an email. I am open to hearing any concerns and questions and comments about what you're thinking. And I will be getting back to you soon with kind of what direction we're going in. So thank you for your time for filling out the form and for watching this. And I'll see everybody soon.